who was arrested. We'll, of course, gather that information. Hopefully, as we get in the next few minutes or so at a press conference, Odessa Police have called.
We want to reiterate that this is still an active scene. We have not been told that this is over. So we want you to know that we are going to stay on. We are going to try to get the information we can and get it to you. As we know, we have crews out and about. We have a crew at Medical Center Hospital where that ER is shut down, and they are expecting a number of the folks who were injured to be taken there. We did receive a brief statement from Midland Memorial saying that they were accepting patients in the ER, but otherwise that ER is shut down, and so as are a number of businesses. We know one person has been taken into custody. We know that because that was confirmed by Midland Police at the Cinergy in Odessa, not to confuse both locations, but the Cinergy in Odessa. So we are beginning to get some information. We also know that police said that a USPS truck was taken at 38th and Walnut, and that that vehicle we saw was at the Cinergy, and we believe that's where that person was taken into custody. Why they did this, we don't know. We don't have any idea on that. We may never know. Maybe we'll get more information as Odessa Police begin to disseminate some of that information, but this case is actually now being taken over by Department of Public Safety. They will be the ones to release that information, and perhaps we'll learn more as we get a news conference. It was scheduled for 5:30. That is now believed to be delayed, probably to get more information, to get the details out. They certainly want to make sure that they are thorough in getting that out so that if there is any misinformation out there, that can be straightened out and corrected.
And this comes at a time when everyone is really on edge, especially following the El Paso mass shooting at that Walmart, where over 20 were killed in that shooting. This comes at a time when many people are seeking the information that they need to make sure their families are safe, make sure everyone is safe because of the mass shootings that we have been seeing in Dayton, Ohio, and El Paso. This is why people are on edge, and this is why police are working extremely hard to track down these suspects. One of them in custody. We know 20 hurt, 2 killed, according to New York Times, citing Mayor Jerry Morales. A very rapid situation, rapidly evolving situation. Of course, we're bringing you the latest information that we know, trying to confirm each tidbit of information. Our newsroom working very hard, answering calls and getting with officials who are busy themselves trying to get us information. They're trying to also learn what they can from the officers in the field working to try and track down these suspects. But again, all 3 hospitals, Midland Memorial Hospital, Odessa Regional Medical Center, Medical Center Hospital, have some sort of lockdown in place, including the emergency room. MMH said they would treat patients as they arrive. I'd probably say the same for the other hospitals as they arrive if it's an emergency. But again, it's important to stay indoors right now, as we have not confirmed that the other shooter has been taken into custody. People at Music City Mall have shuffled out. They've shuttered the doors at most, if not all, of the stores in this mall. And Midland Park Mall doing the same thing, just as a precaution, as again, we have not confirmed that the other suspect has been taken into custody. We initially said that police have reported that this started as it was 2 people. They split up some sort and began shooting randomly, according to Odessa Police, classifying it, as they say, an active shooter situation, which is why it seemed to be there were points where there was multiple scenes that we had to track. We had a Target being called in. We had a Twin Peaks Walmart parking lot part of this, and now we know Cinergy Odessa. Cinergy Midland was said to be, but that is not. We have not had any information coming from Cinergy Midland. Cinergy Odessa is where police have arrested a suspect, and that's where they are investigating right now. DPS taking over the investigation right now. Texas Department of Public Safety working to gather the latest information. But of course, CBS7.com is a great resource to keep in mind. Now we're getting from Midland County Sheriff's Office. They're saying Interstate 20 is closed from West Loop 250 to East Loop 338. That is a large portion of Interstate 20 that is closed. That is miles of interstate that is closed right now, according to the Midland County Sheriff's Office.
They're also saying traffic backed up to the Garden City Highway along Interstate 20. Several agencies currently working a large crime scene, I believe, or a live crime. We asked the community for patience, and we'll continue to work this active shooter situation. So a lot of agencies involved. We're also getting, again, videos from a lot of folks who have been around showing what they have seen around. But we do want to stress again that the only things that we have absolutely confirmed, and we will stay on, by the way, to get you this information, 20 people injured. Again, we don't know the extent of those injuries. That was according to the city of Odessa. New York Times reporting, according to Midland Mayor Jerry Morales, 2 killed. We don't know who those folks are. I believe Jacob Brandenburg over at Cinergy had said that they were told by an agency over there that perhaps 3 officers were shot. We don't know the extent of those either. So this has been a chaotic day. Look, I've been on TV in 40 years. I have never seen anything like this. So this is serious. You need to be careful.
It is surreal. It's quite a surreal thing. We're getting some new information. CBS News reporting a local hospital said they had 6 patients taken in there.
Okay.
3 in critical condition and 3 in stable condition. This is new information coming on just right now from CBS News. Again, a local hospital. They did not say which hospital.
Okay.
Saying they had 6 patients in total, 3 in critical, 3 in stable condition. We're working to confirm that information, of course, but that is from CBS News, who said that they were one of the suspects, again, last seen 38th and Walnut. They made their way to Cinergy, Odessa somehow in that USPS hijacked vehicle. But again, 2 confirmed dead, according to New York Times, citing Mayor Jay Morales. CBS News reporting 6 patients taken to a local hospital, no word, Midland, Odessa. Didn't say which one. 3 critical and 3 in stable condition.
All right. I saw a post on Facebook from Odessa Fire Rescue official who said that all of their guys are safe. They are certainly praying for the officers who are out there, those who were the victims, and again about this entire situation. Music City Mall just reaching out and saying the mall is closing. They will reopen tomorrow at noon. That's official from Music City Mall that they are closed now and will reopen at noon tomorrow. So that just came in from Music City Mall. And again, many law enforcement agencies are out. We're getting lots of emails. We're getting lots of videos. Again, we want to go through these and see what we can share with you.
All right. So of course, we're still getting the latest information from our crews out in the field. Alex Valdez will join us a little shortly with some information that we're getting from the field. Of course, CBS News, again, reporting 3 critical, 3 stable condition. We don't know which hospital, but we know a local hospital has confirmed that with them. Like you just said, Music City Mall closed for the rest of the day, opening again tomorrow at noon, which is it was busy earlier today. It really was. I was at the mall earlier. So many people were here for Labor Day weekend, and this situation has really put a stop to all that.
Matthew, Permian Basin Fair, someone at the fair posting that the Ector County Coliseum also on lockdown. So as you might imagine, there is a lot of scenes, a lot of folks taking precaution, and you should too. Don't take this lightly. This is a situation that is not resolved as far as we know. We know that 1 person has been taken into custody. That's all we know. We don't know about perhaps a second person that may have also been involved. There are multiple scenes around town. A lot of people sending us videos of officers here and there. We're just seeing people running through the mall right now.
There's something going on over here.
We're not sure what's going on. There are people running through the mall.
Jay, we probably need to go.
We can see this?
Jay, we probably need to get off the air. Yeah. Let's go.
What's wrong?
You want them off the air?
Okay,
yes.
We're going to have to, there's something, people running through the mall. We're not sure why.
Let's
we need to see
going.
what this is.
Come on, everybody.
Are we going to go back to programming?
No, leave the setup.
Okay, we're going to leave the setup. We're going to slip away just for a minute. We don't know what's going on. People running through the mall, so we need to see what this is.
You've been watching our live coverage of our station there, KOSA. We're not clear exactly what may have happened. The anchors were asked to evacuate the situation at this moment. Here's what we know. We've been following this ongoing situation in Odessa, Midland. There were two shooting incidents that we know of that took place in Odessa and then moved on to Midland as well. We know that there were 2 suspects. We understand that many people have been transported to the regional medical hospital, 1 in critical, 1 in stable condition. We know as many as 6 patients, I should say, were transported there, 3 in critical and 3 in stable. Those numbers have just updated. We had a live anchor team from our CBS affiliate there at KOSA. That's our affiliate station in Odessa. And it's not clear exactly why. They said there were potentially a shooting at the mall. And they looked down, and one of the anchors disappeared. The second then disappeared as well. We are working to check to make sure that station and our folks there on the ground are okay. We're also working to assess the situation right now. Here's what we know. Odessa police saying that there was an active shooter situation about an hour ago, asking people to remain in their homes. We do know that there was a U.S. mail carrier truck and another Toyota that were then carjacked, and these folks went on and started shooting at people. We are continuing to monitor this. As many as 30 people have been shot. Officials have began the shooting in Midland and then moved it to Odessa. And as I mentioned, our affiliate in KOSA is urging people to stay inside their homes. The University of Texas in Permian Basin campus went into lockdown. I want to take us back to this affiliate to listen to the anchors there on the ground and to see exactly what happened in this emergency situation.
We want you to have the very latest. We were hoping to join a news conference with Odessa Police at 5:30. That obviously is not happening now. We're going to get you a situation as soon as possible and try to get you more information. So Odessa Police, Midland Police had reported that there were multiple scenes, that this was still very active and a lot of law enforcement agencies around. Hospitals are emergency rooms are locked down. We know that Music City Mall is locked down, as are a number of businesses. The UT Permian Basin campus is on lockdown. So this is a very serious situation. I see one person walking in the mall. We saw officers coming through. So we are trying to keep as safe as possible with this situation. Midland Police are confirming that an active shooter was shot and killed at the Cinergy in Odessa. That's according to the Midland Police Department. There is no active shooter at this time. All agencies are investigating reports of possible suspects. So that just came out now from Midland Police 3 minutes ago, confirmed that an active shooter was shot and killed at the Cinergy in Odessa. They say there is no active shooter at this time. There are no or all agencies, I should say, are investigating reports of possible suspects. As far as we can tell, they were perhaps coming through here just looking for someone. Maybe folks were spooked by something, but right now we're seeing folks walking back through Music City Mall. But again, Midland Police reporting it has been confirmed. 3 minutes ago, they posted this on Facebook, that the active shooter was shot and killed in the Cinergy, at the Cinergy in Odessa. There is no active shooter at this time. All agencies are investigating reports of possible suspects. We know that Odessa Fire Rescue has posted that all of their folks are safe. We're getting a number of texts. We're getting a number of emails. We're trying to get through all of this stuff as much as possible. Everyone's saying, please be safe. We're getting a lot of phone calls, too, and, of course, we've cleared everyone out just for safety. We don't know exactly what's going on, so we're going to stay on to keep you up to date because, as we said, this is very active. I'm just going to try to peek here and see if we can see anything. The mall is shut down. As we reported to you earlier, Music City Mall had said that they were closed down today and would not reopen until noon tomorrow. I see officers walking back through carrying guns, but they don't seem to be as concerned. It looks like that perhaps maybe it was just a report of something and that they're just walking back through. I'm watching them walk through now, and they're still carrying their firearms, but it doesn't look like they have found anyone. They don't seem to be too concerned right now, so perhaps the mall is going to open back up. So just so you know, we were on the air. Folks took off running here in the mall. We saw officers with guns, but so far we have not seen anything. Folks are now coming back through the mall, but it is a mess right now. There are shoes left here on the floor. There are cups that were overturned. It appears to have been given the okay to come back on. So we're going to walk back on here and get you up to date. Once again, I just want to report that, as I told you just a moment ago, Midland Police just posted on their page 3 minutes ago. Let me pull this up for you so I can read this for you. Again, thanks for bearing with us because this was happening, just a chaotic scene here in the mall. It has been confirmed the active shooter was shot. That's their wording. The active shooter was shot and killed at Cinergy in Odessa. There is no active shooter at this time. That from the Midland Police Department. All agencies are investigating reports of possible suspects. All right, we know again that there are multiple people who were shot. We are told 20 people who were injured. Injured is the word that they are using. So 20 injured. We know they were taken to various hospitals. We know that the hospitals, at least in Odessa at Medical Center Hospital, also Midland Memorial Hospital, say that their ERs are shut down. They are locked down at this time. They are accepting patients. The New York Times reporting 2 people were killed. That was a quote from Midland Mayor Jerry Morales. That has not been confirmed yet. That was just the word that they are reporting through New York Times. Other agencies are reporting seeing pictures of a white van with gunshots in it. That perhaps may have been the mail truck that we are told that was reported stolen. So we are following up on different agency pages. We are trying to look through and get information. We are told that DPS is now involved, or now the head of this investigation. I believe we have Alex Valdez, and I think he is at the hospital, Medical Center Hospital. Alex Valdez is going to join us live to talk about
Medical Center Hospital. Jay, I'm right outside Medical Center Hospital in Odessa, where the victims of the shooting have been brought here, or at least it's said. There are many cop cars, ambulance cars, and just a few moments ago, a helicopter had left the hospital. We are told that there are, police here everywhere, and we will bring you the latest as we hear the details on this investigation.
Down. We know that for sure. Folks are not being allowed in, but they were expecting some victims. Let me just say this. Sorry to scare you all, but there were people running through the mall here, just so you know what was happening. We looked through the window here. We can see a small portion, and there were people running through. They were leaving shoes. They were throwing everything, and then we saw officers walking through with guns. So we don't know what started that. We don't know. We just wanted to make sure we were out of the way, and we're sorry to leave this, but we wanted to make sure that all of our employees were safe. Our general manager asking us to get out of here, and so we just kept our microphones on so we could get you up to date, because once again, this is not something we thought would ever happen here. Okay. So we're hoping to get more information as Odessa Police begin to perhaps have that news conference coming up. We thought it would be at 5:30. So far, it has not happened. And so the mall, I've had several people saying what's going on. If you walk through here, there are shoes still left. People ran out of their shoes trying to get out of here. There are cups and ice that have been knocked over. So certainly that was a chaotic scene, and people took off running. And, of course, we're here in the mall with windows. We wanted to get out of the way and make sure that we were safe. So just so you know, Odessa Fire Rescue saying all of their members are safe. They are certainly sending out their thoughts to those victims and the law enforcement officials who are having to work. There were 3 law enforcement officials who were walking through. They were carrying rifles, and again, they probably following up on reports. We've had reports all over of scenes where perhaps guns fired, where there were shootings, but none of that has been confirmed yet. Again, there's a lot of details that still have to be brought out, that still have to be decided on and disseminated so that we can get you the best information. We were told, though, that the Department of Public Safety is the one who is the active group on this, and so I'm going to continue to look. Matthew, I'm not sure where Matthew Alvarez, he's taking a little break, but let's see. I'm just trying to get some of these information that we are getting, just so we can let you know what's going on. So let's see. Active shooters, a lot of people reporting they couldn't believe that an active shooting situation would happen in our town. I've been on a long time, and I've never seen anything like this. So keep in mind, you must be serious. You must take this serious, okay? Because we don't know if this is all wrapped up. We know that one shooter has been taken into custody, according to Midland Police, and they are saying there is no active shooter at this time. So we don't know if that means that that this is all over with, but according to Midland Police, there are more officers with guns in here. I just saw them. This is still active. I just saw 3 deputies coming by with guns drawn, so we don't know if perhaps someone is in here. Again, this is very active here in the mall, so I'm going to keep here. Let's see. I'm being told there's more information on the Midland Facebook, so let me go back to the Midland Police Department Facebook. Bear with me because we are trying to get all of the details that we can. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got to disappear. Hang on. We're going to keep our mics on so we can get you up to date. We're told to get out of here. Okay, so police officers just came back here through the mall. They had guns drawn. Okay, so we're being told to get out of this, at least out of the situation. We saw 3 officers with guns drawn just a minute ago, so this is still a very active scene. 3 guys with guns just came through, and they were, it looks like various law enforcement agencies walking toward what we believe would be toward Dillard. So we don't know why they're here in the mall. We're not sure. Let's see, I was going to look at the Midland Police Department page. I want to get you the very latest. It has been confirmed that the active shooter was shot and killed at Cinergy. We told you that. No active shooter at this time is what they are reporting. They believe there were 2 people in 2 separate vehicles. They reported that actually an hour ago. And so this is still very active. We believe the officers are now down the way, perhaps between Burlington and Dillard's. We believe it's toward Dillard's. So This is still very active. It could be just reports. We don't really know for sure, but we do want to be as careful as we can. Once again, we work in the mall where there are windows, and so we want to make sure that all of our employees are protected. We have those employees away. We do know that there are officers here that do have guns drawn that came through the mall. Of course, we've seen twice. We've seen two groups that came through. The first time they came through and then disappeared, and the second time, we're not sure exactly what's going on. Gio, can you answer this, please, if you will? Thank you. Once again, we just want to get you up to date. What we are told is 20 people injured. We don't know the extent of those injuries. I know we're giving you the same information over, but it's what we know so far and what we can report to you. This is a very active situation. We know one person in custody. In fact, the report from Midland Police is that one of the suspects was shot and killed near the Cinergy in Odessa. So that we can report from Midland Police. They posted that on their Facebook page. There are people still trying to leave the mall. Again, if you could see the mall, there are shoes that are left in place. There are a lot of cups and trash that were just basically dropped. So that's the situation you see here. And we have seen various groups come through with rifles. And so that's what we are seeing at this time. We are trying to stay away from the windows. We're staying off the desk, but we want to stay on because, again, this is still active. And we don't know that if this is wrapped up or not. And so that's why we want to make sure that we're staying on with you to get you the very latest as we can. So, once again, it appears now that it may be not as hectic here in the mall. Apparently, Midland Mayor Jerry Morales now on CNN right now, we are told. So he may be doing an interview. Perhaps that may be earlier. Jerry Morales on CNN right now, someone is reporting, doing an interview. So CNN, that's what I'm told, yes. Again, keep in mind, this is an active situation. We don't have an update either on, again, if this is completely over with. Midland Police only posting a few minutes ago that one person, active shooter, was shot and killed. No active shooter at this time. That's what they are reporting. But that is the only agency that is reporting that.
Go up to production, Will.
Odessa Police is not reporting that. That was from Midland Police. They were the ones who also reported to our reporter who was there that one person was shot. So again, we are here at Music City Mall. It's been kind of chaotic. This may be the scene at various locations because there have been reports of shooting scenes all over. So what's happening here may be what has happened throughout many of the places in the city. So keep that in mind because really this is something we never thought would happen in Midland, Odessa, but guess what, it has. And it is the Labor Day weekend. Some of you perhaps were here in the mall to do some shopping, maybe just to relax and spend time with family and friends. And the mall is now shut down. Music City Mall reporting that they are closed. They will not reopen until noon tomorrow. More police officers here. They're going store to store now looking. There are more officers with guns that are looking store to store right now. So I'm looking across the way right now from where we are, and there is a store where two officers with guns are going into. I don't know if they're searching store to store right now. Here comes another officer going into, Odessa police officer going in there. So right now there's something going on, some kind of report here of some kind in the mall because we are seeing a lot of police here who are here. Oh, they're getting people out. They're clearing people out. That's what they're doing. So police are going.
CNN reporting one officer may be shot.
Okay, CNN reporting, and that was with the Jerry Morales interview, correct? Okay, CNN had an interview with Jerry Morales.
Oh,
they're telling everybody to get out. Okay. We're being told to get out of the building completely. So we are now moving outside. We are going to leave our mics on. I'm going to continue to talk, but there are a number of officers now in the mall, and they're telling us to get out of the building. So we're going to stand out here. We're going to continue to get you more information as we can. This is a very active scene. We see lots of police cars who are here. There are DPS troopers who are here, a lot of law enforcement agencies, and they are in the mall, folks. They are out there going store to store and making folks leave. We have been told we had to leave the studio, so we are continuing to follow this. We don't know why they're asking us to get out of the mall, but they have.
And Jay, Matthew Alvarez joining you back here with you. Outside of Music City Mall, we had several troopers respond, OPD respond. Shortly after we had that scare, I spoke with a witness outside of the mall immediately following that bit of a scare,
okay,
saying they did hear some some gunshots down in the part of the mall near the food court part of the mall.
Okay.
This is from a witness who claimed to have seen this. We spoke to them. They ran all the way across to Lowe's, if you know our parking lot back here. That is where CBS 7 is located right now. But of course, police responding. We saw them with their rifles. Each of them get their rifles out, telling people to get away, including us here at CBS 7. We have been evacuated out from our studios, but we're still broadcasting to you live via our wireless microphones, of course. But again, Odessa Police DPS troopers still to this guns drawn inside of this mall. We are not confirmed any shots being fired in the mall. We've just heard witness reports. We're not sure how this is connected, if at all, to the active shooter situation that is ongoing with OPS troopers and several county sheriff's offices.
All right, Matthew, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but CNN had an interview with Jerry Morales, Midland mayor, and I believe he told CNN that perhaps one police officer was shot. Now, we don't know the extent of those injuries. We've had reports of several who were shot, but again, no reports of injuries on those either. So this situation has certainly escalated. It's not something we thought we'd ever be covering here at CBS 7. As I said, I've been on the air a long time, and nothing like this has ever happened. But we are looking right now across the mall parking lot here out back. We know you're looking at an empty set right now, but we're going to keep it up, and we're going to keep you up to date as to what we know so far. We're continuing to look at the various law enforcement pages to see what kind of information we can get for you and, of course, pass on to you. But there are a lot of folks who are just now leaving the mall who work at the various stores. Here's another DPS car that is coming in, so there must have been reports of possible shots fired in here or someone saying they thought they heard them. So they are certainly going to take every precaution and check that out, and we want to be as safe as possible. And we hope that you are too. We want you to stay indoors. Do not get out. There are some around. We hope that you will stay as safe as possible and keep out of the area because this is still very active. Matthew?
Yes, it is very, very, very active, and you can tell the scare that goes into them whenever they did hear shots fired, possibly in Music City Mall. Not confirmed again. There was lots of people running through the hallways, frantic to get to the nearest exit of Music City Mall. We're getting some other details right now.
We're getting a report here. CNN talked with Midland Mayor Jerry Morales. He's saying one Midland police officer and one DPS officer shot. We don't know the extent of those injuries. We want to reiterate that. So, okay, you can't hear us. So we need to maybe get closer, but we'll stay outside where you can continue to hear us. Apparently we're cutting out, so we tried to kind of look through the parking lot, show you. Jerry Morales apparently told CNN in a, I don't know if it was a phone interview, but he is saying that one Midland police officer and one DPS officer shot. So, but again, we don't know the extent of injuries. Midland police had reported earlier on their page that the suspect at the Cinergy was shot and killed. That's all we know. We don't know if this is both or one. It appears perhaps that we are now being allowed back in carefully, but they did ask everyone to get away from the window. There are people now still continuing to stream out of here and leave. They were being told not to be here. So this is still very active. And, of course, a lot of reports. There's still a very chaotic scene. So we are going to try to, of course, keep you up to date as much as possible because this is still very active. So police are still coming back through. They may tell our folks to leave again. We've tried to kind of stream back in, just see what's going on, and they may ask us to leave. So they're taking every precaution possible. There are a number of law enforcement agencies who are here, and so we just want to let you know that. A lot of folks are apparently we're up on CNN as well right now, and so if you're joining us on CNN, a very active situation. We know that 20 people were injured. That's according to the city of Odessa. We've been told that there have been a number of officers shot, but we don't know the extent of those. We know that at least two, according to Midland Mayor Jerry Morales reporting there on CNN, that a Midland police officer, perhaps a DPS officer, shot. There have been a report of 20 others who were injured. We don't know what that means. The only thing we can confirm, Midland police did confirm with our reporter who was at the Cinergy Cinema in Odessa that one of the suspects was shot and killed there. That's all that they have confirmed on their Facebook page. So again, that's according to Midland police. So I believe they were showing us leaving the set, Matthew. So again, we were in here and on the air live. They came through with police with guns, and so we wanted to make sure. An OPD person apparently told Fox News 5 people confirmed dead. That has not been confirmed to us by Odessa police.
Right.
That's independent, but according to them, that's what they're reporting on.
Yes, again, this is still an active situation. As you know, as Jay was just talking about, Music City Mall here in Odessa had a shooting scare of its own. Right now, we just saw DPS troopers. As you know, we have this large window here facing Music City Mall. DPS troopers sweeping the building thoroughly, store by store, suite by suite, looking through, evacuating more shoppers who were still in here sheltering in place while the situation was still ongoing. Because as you know, earlier in the day, when all this unfolded, Music City Mall went into a lockdown, shut all their stores down, told people to stay in place. City of Odessa telling everyone to stay indoors because of this very fluid situation, a developing situation. As you know, if you're joining us from around the country right now on CNN, CBS News, 20 injured so far. We're getting reports of officers shot, Midland police officer shot, DPS trooper shot. Very fluid situation right now. Medical Center Hospital on lockdown with the emergency room right now. Odessa Regional Medical Center as well as Midland Memorial Hospital, all taking precautionary lockdowns right now as we continue to gather information. You're looking at an empty set right now because we're taking shelter in our newsroom away from these large windows as officers continue to sweep Music City Mall's property right now. And I have word that they did get a call of an active shooter, not confirmed. We just got a call, which is why they are responding here to ensure that this property is safe.
By the way, a number of folks are reaching out to us off Facebook and also checking on us to make sure we're safe.
Yeah.
We can tell you we are safe right now.
Yes,
all of the employees here are safe. And so we just want to be careful. We are going to stay off the set for the time being because there are still officers walking through here. There were reports, apparently, Matthew talked with an eyewitness who said someone thought they heard gunshots,
yes, they thought
perhaps
they heard
down near the food court area, which is further along here in the mall. That brought some law enforcement officials over here. Don't know if they reported that to police, but we've seen numerous DPS troopers who are here. We've seen other agencies walk through, and certainly they want to be diligent to make sure everything is covered here. You know, there are reports, too, of people saying multiple people shot, multiple killed. We do not know that for sure. Okay?
Yes,
we do not know. I'm just being told that Devin Sanchez, that used to work with us as the City of Odessa spokesperson, she apparently reported on Fox News. She is live from the hospital now, and she is the one that said 5 confirmed dead. Now, she didn't say who those people were. So, again, we cannot confirm that, but she is at the hospital. Devin Sanchez is at the hospital reporting at Medical Center. So our crews there will hopefully get a chance to talk with her and maybe perhaps get some of that information confirmed. According to Fox News, they are reporting that that she had reported to them that 5 people were confirmed dead, but that again, or not confirmed, I guess. So let's hold off on that just to make sure. But so that's the kind of information we're getting. So we are still staying off the set right now. Because this is still an active, I guess there were reports, someone saying that DPS saying perhaps the guy was coming toward the mall, but again, we've seen lots of law enforcement, but so far we have not seen anything like that other than.
I think we're okay. Everybody's walking back.
Okay, everybody's.
Okay. So it looks like the situation is.
Oh, it was a call? Okay, it was a call to Odessa Police of an active shooter here. That's what we're getting. And so that's why they came through the mall, just to make sure everyone's safe, but it appears that people are now walking back through. I don't know if they're leaving.
It's mall.
Oh, they're leaving.
Oh,
These are
mall
mall
employees.
personnel.
Okay.
So they've been going throughout the mall and getting folks to leave. Various employees. These are mall employees that I see walking by right now that work here in Music City Mall. And so here comes another officer with a gun. So again, they're going to check everything out. They are getting everybody out of here.
Just to ensure everyone's safe, of course, this is an ongoing situation, like we said, but it looks like employees are being evacuated. We're getting some new information right now, of course. But throughout the day, we've been getting updates throughout this afternoon since the situation started and has now impacted us here at Music City Mall. We had a bit of a scare earlier, as you could tell, but we are okay. We are in the CBS 7 newsroom. People are continuing to exit the mall rather quickly. They're still exiting the mall right now. They're still moving people out. We're seeing officers, armed officers, moving through the halls of Music City Mall right now, ensuring everything is clear, going suite by suite, ensuring everybody is safe right now after they got a call of an active shooter at Music City Mall. And I spoke with a witness outside who said they heard shots down a ways towards the food court of the mall. Not confirmed. Again, we have no reports at all. They're telling us, of course, to stay away as far as possible from the windows of the mall. As you know, our studio directly faces the hallway of the mall towards the north side of the building, I should say. DPS troopers responded, Odessa police responded all over here, and they were getting people in the parking lots to move far away from the building, just as a precaution right now. Nothing confirmed, though.
By the way, we're being picked up by multiple agencies. We should let everyone know. I'm Jay Hendricks and Matthew Alvarez. We're continuing our live coverage here on CBS 7 because, again, we want to keep folks safe. We're seeing quite a heavy law enforcement presence here because, again, there was a report of an active shooter here in the mall. There's been reports of this probably throughout the city. Okay. Jacob Brandenburg is live. Is Jacob still at Cinergy Cinema? Okay, so Jacob's been at Cinergy Cinema where he reported earlier that Midland police had confirmed that a suspect was shot and killed. Jacob, what do you know?
Yes, sir. Jay, glad, first of all, that you guys are okay there back at the station. Of course, that was very scary for me to be on the phone here, that you guys were having to be going to hiding and evacuate the building. Glad you're all safe back there. And yes, so a little bit ago, the Midland lieutenant the Midland Police Department lieutenant, who's kind of been acting as our PIO source of information here, came and let us know that, yes, what you guys know, that one suspect was shot back here at the Cinergy Movie Theatre behind me. You can see some of the lights. You can see the movie theater back there here at the Cinergy in Odessa. And he also told us that the 3 officers have been shot. 1 OPD officer, 1 MPD officer, and 1 state trooper, all shot. Not sure what their conditions are. We have not been given an update as far as what their conditions are like right now. I mean, I'll try to give you a little bit of a look around the scene here right now. We were a little closer, had a little better vantage point of the Cinergy, but you can see right here, they really taped off this parking lot. They said the suspect drove through this parking lot, so it's still being treated as a crime scene. Back over here behind us is the MCH Center, where there's a weight room, medical facilities that they're treating as their command base, where they're gathering information, of course, and dealing with this crisis that, of course, we're learning more information about, trying to gather more information about. I'll zoom you in here on the Cinergy. You can see the movie theater there. This is kind of tricky to do with one hand. But yes, you can see the Cinergy Movie Theater over there. That white van you guys mentioned, that's stolen.
We want to interrupt to take you to Odessa, Texas, where authorities are giving an update on the shooting.
These facts, this knowledge can change. Okay. At that point, this subject was contacted by law enforcement, and an exchange of gunfire happened, and that subject is deceased at that location. We have law enforcement injured. We have the DPS trooper in Midland County. We have 1 MPD officer and 1 OPD officer that were struck. As far as civilian casualties, we have at least 21 victims, 21 shooting victims, and at least 5 deceased at this point in time. Please understand that this is not just an OPD and a Midland Police Department and a DPS thing. Both Sheriff's Office, Midland County Sheriff's Office and Edgar County Sheriff's Office was involved in the hunt for this guy. Our local school district police department, our University of Texas Permian Basin School, police department was involved. This was a joint effort by just a multitude of departments to find this animal and bring him to justice. At this point, I'll take questions.
Has the suspect been identified?
Right now, I'll tell you that he is a white male in his mid-30s. I don't have a positive identification on him yet. I have an idea who he is, so I won't release that information until we're absolutely positive.
Are there any current active shooters going on at this time?
We've had calls, which is to be expected, because obviously our citizens are a little jumpy after this, which is also to be expected. But once this individual was taken out of the picture, there have been no more victims.
Is there a reason to believe that there is a second suspect that is on the loose?
There have been reports that that's possible, but again, there have been no confirmations of that.
Any updates on the conditions of the other people that were shot but are still alive?
I can't tell you that right now, and the big thing is it's so chaotic still at the local hospitals that it's very difficult to get that information.
A lot of people on Facebook are searching for family members who they probably are not able to get a hold of. What's the idea behind that, and how they can keep in contact with the hospital and other law enforcement?
Well, again, once we are able to compile a list of victims' names, we can absolutely put that out.
Also, I'm sorry, the hospital has set up an area for patients, families. Medical Center Hospital has set up an area for patients, families in the cafeteria, and they do have 12 chaplains on staff.
So we got reports of 2 vehicles earlier today. What, I guess, is that not confirmed?
I think what the issue with that was that you had the original vehicle and then you had the mail truck. At one point, we didn't know that that was the same person, but that is confirmed now. Same person. Anything else?
Do we know what kind of firearm was used? Was it a gun? Was it a shotgun?
Obviously, it was a gun. At this point, I'm really not sure.
And then how did the incident begin?
Again, it started with the traffic stop, the attempted traffic stop by DPS.
Precautions for the general public?
You know, I would tell people to still be cautious, still try to stay in their residences if all possible. We do believe that we have the threat contained, but I can't be 1,000% positive that that's the case at this point.
It might be way too early to tell, but any motive that you guys are?
No, absolutely. I can't tell you of a motive at this point.
Do you know what the traffic stop was for?
I do not.
Do you know what happened to the postal employee that, I guess, their truck was hijacked?
At this point, I don't know. I would assume that he's part of the victim list, but I'm not sure of his status.
I saw an ECISD bus going down 191. Are you guys using the school transportation to help the victims or patients or anything like that?
Not to my knowledge, no. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll go back to work, and we will update you periodically, okay?
Thank you.
You've been listening there to the Odessa police giving a live update. As of right now, police saying that 5 dead, confirmed dead, 21 injured. This entire incident began at a traffic stop. They're still asking folks to be cautious, and they did confirm the suspect that they have detained is a white male in his mid-30s. There was at one point 2 vehicles reported, a Toyota that was carjacked and also a postal worker's mail delivery truck. It's unclear what the status is of that postal worker. Police are unsure at this moment, so we're not going to go there yet. But we do know that they are still asking people, while they believe this situation is contained, they are asking people to remain in their homes and not to go out into public areas until they know for certain. At this hour, it is not an active shooting situation. We've been watching our affiliate down there in Odessa, KOSA, incredible coverage. The anchors were live on the desk there. Their station is situated inside a mall. And remember, some of these shootings took place around the Odessa Movie Theatre. And that movie theater, also there is a shopping mall. Police were then going store to store, clearing the area. But at one point, the anchors were asked by police to evacuate the anchor desk. And they continued reporting live as that situation happened. They said people ran out, shoes were left behind as police were casing store by store to assess that it was the situation was in fact all clear. I want to take you back to our affiliate there on the ground.